Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be working on my journal with me for the second week of December, so the 8th to the 14th. Let's get started. I have so much crap now in my journal. I made the mistake of putting this in here, and it's so fat right here. It's ridiculous. Alright. Oh, this was the 1-year anniversary of my dad no longer drinking, which I had no idea. When he mentioned it to me, I was like, oh, I was thinking, oh, I didn't know he was tracking it, because I thought it happened in like February, so good for him. And then it's okay. We can know that I'm an asshole. It's fine. I know this about myself. I said, do you want a drink to celebrate? Yeah, I'm an asshole. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. And then, listen, my printing skills were not up to par. I forgot I had printed this out accidentally the week before during my journal with me. So I printed out another one. Whatever. And then my kid commented that my dad's in a much better mood. They changed his meds. They actually lowered his happy pills, but then put him on slow release happy pills. And, whew, what a difference those made. But my kid's like, oh, he's in a much better mood. Well, wait a minute. There's a comment in here about... Oh. So it says here, I finished the knit mitered blanket I've been knitting for months, and I was looking for the photo that I just glued down. My boyfriend came home, this was a Sunday, with a bunch of gadgets from the Target Bullseye Playground. One of them was a really nice avocado slicer, and then the Nessie soup label. Oh, so cute. Let's just put those in. I can't think this morning either. I had a lot of printing to do, and then I came downstairs. My kid last night was printing things, and he never prints anything, and I'm like, he was having trouble, and I'm like, what are you printing? He goes, it won't print. Like, is this the right printer? I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, but what are you... I'm like, if you need help, I'll help you. And he's like, no, I got it. And then he came to me later asking me about printing from his phone. Because he was having trouble printing from his phone. He was printing the other stuff from his computer, but he was having trouble printing from his phone because he wanted to print these photos. Well, here he was printing stuff for D&D, which, like, I don't care, whatever. But I came downstairs, and there were, like, 7 extra sheets that he printed out wrong, and I'm so mad. I'm like, dude. I said to him last night, I'm like, if you're printing black and white, use the one printer. If you need to print color, use the other printer. I'm like, listen, I dropped, because I have the HP Instant Ink, and I dropped down to the cheaper tier because I wasn't printing as much as I thought I would be. So I was paying like $4.99 a month. So why pay the $4.99 a month? So I dropped down to 25 pages, I think, a month instead of the 50, because I don't print, like, the most that I print a lot is this time of the year, because of doing my December daily. But he printed so much crap, so much extra crap, and I know he didn't use the other printer. I know he didn't. Such a butthead. But anyway, like, there was like 7 extra sheets that he printed out wrong. All right, we went to Joann on this day. My mom asked me to make, where's my scissor? Make another hat for my grandmother. So I did, but I didn't have any light blue yarn. She wanted me to make it in light blue, and I didn't have any light blue yarn, so we had to go to Joann. And when we were at Joann, I of course found other things, because why wouldn't I? I'm going to turn this into a pocket. But yeah, I found other things. I got yarn to make myself a hat. Oh, damn it. That's it. I have to order another. I have to order more tape. Darn it. I bought myself yarn for a hat, and then I found fabric to make kitchen curtains. Because I've been really wanting to make new kitchen curtains. My old curtains were like this gray color with black images all over it. They were really nice curtains, but I was tired of them. They've been up for a few years, and I looked at the... Listen, when I went to the store, when I decided I wanted new curtains, I looked for curtains, okay? I looked. And the cost of curtains for the kitchen is insane. It's literally insane, the cost of curtains for the kitchen. So I was like, screw it, I'll just make some, but I had trouble finding the perfect fabric. Jeez. I had trouble finding good fabric. Well, I found Last Chance fabric, and I made curtains. I made 2 sets. This is my grandmother and the other hat that I made for. But I made 2 sets of curtains, one for the door and one for the window. In this it's called Fruit Stand. So cute. So it's like blue, and it has fruit and scales and jars, like stuff you would see at a fruit stand. So cute. So I had made these curtains for the door, and then I cut all of it for the window also. Okay, then this day I got up in the morning and I finished the curtains. Here is the blue sparkly yarn, the light blue sparkly yarn. So yeah, I got up and I made the other set of curtains, which I see I didn't print out a photo. Oh, I didn't ever even took a photo of it. That's alright. And then I went to the mall with my mother-in-law. She needed to go get a new handbag. So we went to the mall. And then my boyfriend went with my dad to go get a new chair for my kid for Christmas. He didn't want one, and then finally I said, when I saw the state of his chair, the cat ruined his chair. His cat just destroyed his chair. Before it gets thrown away, I'll take a picture. It's bad. And it was not a cheap chair. I made him buy it himself, because up until then we kept buying him chairs and they kept breaking. So I made him buy this chair himself, and it's shot. It was like a $300 Lazy Boy chair, and it's shot. So my dad decided to get him one for Christmas. So I went with my mother-in-law, and my boyfriend went with my dad, and he's like, oh, well, I guess, he's like, well, if I go with your dad, you're going with my mom. And I'm like, that's fine, I don't care. I already told her I'd go with her whenever she wanted me to. She's retired now, and if she wants to go somewhere, I'll go with her, I don't care. If you would have asked me to spend time with my ex-mother-in-law, the answer would have been hell no. But with his mom, sure. Okay, there we go. So that's what we did, and now my glue leaked everywhere. Let me clean that off. I also got the curtain rod I needed for the kitchen window. I had lost it. It was in the closet down here. I found it a few months ago, and now it's gone. I can't find it anywhere. So I ended up buying a new curtain rod. It's one of those they're called sash curtain rods, and they kind of like, they hook onto little hooks instead of where it curves out. They're just straight, but they're not tension rods. They hook onto little hooks. Yeah, it's whatever. But They ended up getting him a really nice chair. It's not what he wanted, but I'm like, they asked me first, and I'm like, I would just get it for him, because if you couldn't find a good, they couldn't find a good, like, executive type chair. They were all trash, but they found a really nice gaming chair. So they got him a gaming chair, which is what he always used to get until he got this new chair. All right. This is a day I made a bunch of lists. I made so many lists, guys. I have like 5 lists going right now. I have lists of what I'm making for Christmas dinner, what cookies I was making, my timeline for Christmas dinner, like when I have to take things out of the freezer, when I have to make things, all of that. I have a long list of things that I want to get done. It doesn't matter when it gets done, but I want to get it. It's like on my list to do. Like I want to clean out the linen closet and clean out the cabinets and stuff like that. It's just doesn't have a timeline. And then I have a list of things I have to do. Well, this was last week. I had a list of things I had to do last week. So many lists. This is the hat then I finished for my grandmother. Then I texted my ex-husband to see what his brother would want for Christmas so my son could get his uncle a Christmas present. And of course, he was not helpful. He was not helpful at all. At all. And then I watched Christmas Cupid. Why? I don't know. Because it popped up. That's why. So this is the day I said screw it, and I just texted my brother-in-law. He is still my brother-in-law. I don't care if his brother and I are divorced. He is my brother. I love him so very much. He's the sweetest, kindest human being ever. He really is. He's just the kindest, sweetest person. He's lovely, and he will forever be my brother. And I told him that. I said, you will forever be my brother. I love you so much. But I texted him, and I'm like, what do you want? And he's like this. I was like, great. There we go. Then I went shopping with my mom, and I got a new cookie press, the OXO cookie press. Let's see. I got this Hopeless Romantic sweatshirt from Old Navy. I never go. That's the first time I've been in Old Navy since my cousin worked there, and my cousin hasn't worked there in like, I don't even know how long. Like 14, 15 years it's been since my cousin's worked there. That's how long it's been since I've been in Old Navy. And I got new Adidas sneakers because mine kicked the bucket a few months ago, and I've been looking for a new pair, and these were a really good price. And my mom also got the same velour tracksuit that I got, but she got it in a large, and they run small. If you see those at Costco, by the way, they run small. So she wanted to get an extra large, and I had an extra large because I always buy bigger than what I need in the first place, but that was even too small. Like, they run small. So I gave her my extra large and told her just to get me a 2X. So I ended up with one of every color. Okay, so she picked me up at 8:45. We went and ran errands. We went to my grandfather's grave to drop off a poinsettia, I believe. And then we went to Kohl's for her to do a return, do a pickup, and that's where I got the sneakers. We went to UPS to do a drop-off. We went to Target to do a return for, and that was Shop with a Cop Day at Target. So it was filled with cops. I did tell the cop that she did it. Yes, I did. I looked at him, I said, she did it, and I walked away. Then we went to Old Navy and Dick's looking for a insulated sweatshirt for my youngest niece because she refuses to wear a jacket because she's just like her mom and she's just like her Aunt Mimi and her dad. We run hot. Oh, guys, I know how much you love my grandmother's stories. So my mom and my aunt had gone up to see my grandmother, and they had dinner with my grandmother and her fiance, and my aunt was sitting next to him, and she like put his bib on and cut up his food for him. And my mom said to her something like, it's so nice to see you being so helpful to our new dad. I lost it because, you know, my Aunt Paula was very angry about the whole situation. I found it funny. But my mom is getting more of a sense of humor about it, so that's great. Did I print out? I did. What is wrong with me? How many extras of photos did I print out? Seriously, what is wrong with me? I printed out so many extras. Oh, yeah. I watched The Sudden Case of Christmas with Danny DeVito and then his daughter. I think her name's Lucy. Is her name Lucy? Is it up here? Yes, Lucy. We first saw her in that original Hulu show. It was really good. And I used the cookie press and made my first batches of cookies, and I made spritz cookies. These are gingerbread, and I forgot to take a picture of the butter ones. I made butter snowmen and gingerbread trees. And my mom asked me to knit her a headband because when she has her hair down, she doesn't want to wear a hat. I get it. So it takes absolutely no time to knit a headband, by the way. So I knit her a headband while I was watching A Sudden Case of Christmas. It takes no time to knit a headband. It's not even. This is private journaling. Remember, I put this in my signature, the middle of my signature, and said when I need it, I'll grab it. Okay. I made a. Oh my God. I'm going to preface this with saying, Mom, I do not need another crock pot. Please do not buy me a crock pot. There's my pen. I don't need another crock pot. Please do not buy me a crock pot, Mom. I don't need it. Okay? Good enough? So my crock pot died. I made a beef roast in the crock pot because my kid wasn't home. So it was just me and my dad eating, and he doesn't like beef roast. So I was like, okay, perfect time to make a beef roast. So I made a beef roast in the crock pot. And at the end, I went to go turn it onto high so I could thicken the gravy, and all the lights started flashing because it's a digital one. All the lights started flashing, and it wouldn't. I unplugged it, and I'm like, okay, I'll unplug it. Maybe it just needs to be reset. I unplugged it, plugged it in 5 minutes later, lights still flashing. I'm like, okay, maybe it needs more time. 30 minutes later, the light's still flashing. I'm like, okay, maybe it's dead. And the beef roast, this is the best part, right? The beef roast was the driest freaking thing in the world that I threw it away. It was that bad. Then, about an hour later, I plugged it in and the lights were okay. And I told my boyfriend, I'm like, oh, I think it's fine now. He goes, yeah, I don't think it's fine. I think if it did that, the circuitry's all screwed up. It shouldn't have taken an hour and a half for it to reset. And I said, well, this is the thing. He's like, crock pots are on sale right now. We'll just get you a new crock pot. And I said, you know what? I don't want a new crock pot. I have my Instant Pot, and I don't know if you guys know this, but you can use your Instant Pot as a slow cooker. Most people don't, but I have a lid, so I can. I bought the lid for it, so I can use it as a slow cooker. So it's a new Instant Pot. I don't need a new slow cooker. But yeah, that thing was only 2 years old. And then I promised myself I will never get a digital slow cooker ever again. All right, so this is my dad's list. My dad's list of what he wanted me to order from the pizza place, because I had made cookies. I spent all day making cutout cookies, and if you've ever made cutout cookies, you know they take forever. But he was like, get all these things. It was just me and him. My kid was at D&D. And then he also had me get a pizza for my kid who was at D&D. I'm like, what? I don't understand it. But I was in a lot of pain. But here's all my cookies. The amount of cookies that were made were insane. Here they all are. An insane amount of cookies. Crazy talk. So I spent hours making cookies, and by the time my boyfriend got here, I could not even walk. I was like, I can't walk. It was, I think, 12 or 14 cookie sheets of cutouts. Okay, I had to pause because, man, did I have to sneeze. That was bad. And I sneezed loud. I sneeze like my mom. My mom also sneezes loud. No offense, Mom, but you do. So, here's all my cookies, and I ran out of room, so we'll come over here and add these over here. So, yes, I made a lot of cookies. So, I made 2 different spritz cookie doughs the day before, which was like 2 dozen a piece of the Spritz cookies. So I made that, and then I've been trying to keep the pretty pages empty. I don't know if you noticed that. I haven't been putting things on the pretty pages. I've been trying to keep them empty. And then this is me sitting down, and the dog decided to kiss me like crazy. I was sitting on the rocking chair in the kitchen, and he just hopped up on pulled himself up and started kissing me, because he's like that. It was like a little over 2 dozen of the Spritz cookies, of each kind of Spritz cookie, and then it was 12 cookie sheets of cutouts. And at the end, I started doing all small ones. These are all small little cutouts. So I don't even know how many dozen cutout cookies I made, and I cut my grandmother's recipe in half. My grandmother's recipe calls for, I did not journal, calls for 2 pounds of butter and 8 cups of flour. And I went, I think that's a lot. I think I'm going to cut that in half. I could have cut it in quarters. I really could have. And I have to make dough today because my boyfriend wants me to make dough and bake off a giant cookie for his mom to decorate. He bought a giant, it's like this big, Christmas tree. It's like this big, from Target. Has giant cookie cutters, and he bought the Christmas tree. And he wants me to make dough again today and make another cutout, but a giant, thick, and a thick one. He wants it thick. So I'm going to cut out as many thick Christmas trees as I can. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was a crazy week. This week had been really hectic, and if you're wondering why you're no longer seeing December daily videos from me every day, I haven't had the time. I don't have the time to do it. I've been so busy doing so many things. By the time I have time to come down and do it, I don't have the energy to walk down the steps and come do it. Yesterday I made chocolate chip cookies, I made dinner, I cleaned, I did a whole bunch of stuff, and time just got away from me. Basically, time just got away from me, so I have not been able to come down and do it. And I decided you guys are going to see the flip through it after Christmas anyway, so there's no need for me to keep filming them every day. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next crafty video. Here's the good news. I don't have any videos to film for the rest of the month except one more journal with me. I have one more journal with me to film, and then I have after Christmas my December daily flip through to film, but I have nothing to film besides my journal with me next week before Christmas. I'm done. Donezo. Thank God, because I have so much to do. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.